This series is like time travel. We move back and forth all the time. The following blueprint, I'll give it to you. I reached tens of millions of eras with it. That's for your era 1000 for those who have trouble with it. I did not know it was a problem because the game changed so much. XP bonus, by the way, is going to be very useful. So if you follow my direction with a blueprint like this, you will beat era 1000, and it's in pinned comment. You can import that blueprint. You will win with this, I promise. Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Perfect Tower 2, the updated series. In our last progress video, because we did a few in-between videos from the future, MT15, now we're back. We just entered era, so I'll explain the basics of era, the era concepts. This will help you for those who are stuck at era 1000, because that's going to be the goal for next military tier. We'll explain everything. So it starts with this. You have to take hits and kill enemies of all elements. By the way, if you hear a humming, it's so hot right now. I don't have any AC. That's my computer. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So again, you're going to see this blueprint, ignore it. Use the one I gave you in the pinned comment, okay? Because of course I keep changing it. When you enter era, not only the mobs are buffed very much in terms of HP and damage, and you have to spend XP to divide this power, they also have special powers for each element. But first you have to discover them. As I said, you gotta kill mobs and take hits from mobs from all elements. So that's what we're going to do right now. It's very simple. This is my first era run ever. So I don't care about these for now. It's very expensive, but you can make it cheaper. You can put a worker. I'll explain all of it. You see these numbers? Times 100 QI damage. Ouch. So I'm gonna die a lot. It doesn't matter. What's happening right now, I'm taking hits and I'm killing a few mobs. So you go auto restart and let it run for, I don't know how long I let it run. Even if it's hours, it doesn't matter. I'll show you what happens when you do that. After a while, you see reveal, right? For attack on neutrals, so neutral mobs. I took a lot of hits from them. Of course, region 1, there's only 4 elements. I hit reveal, but I did not remember that you had to reveal both attack and defense to find out what the secret power is for each of those elements. Because you'll be able to turn them off. Some of them are absolutely lethal, and I'm going to show you which ones are the most important to turn off in which circumstances. And of course, you can play with it yourself, but in some of the regions, especially the later regions, most, if not all, elements are there. And in the late future, there will be a way to turn them all off, but that's, I don't even remember how, and it's far away. Now I'm in the desert doing the same thing, trying to, here's this light, fire again. But anyways, I'm trying to get more elements, okay, to find out what they are. So my goal for this video was to do them all. You don't have to really do that. I mean, region 1 is enough, but I wanted to reveal everything everywhere for the purpose of the video. So here's for fire reveal, okay. Ignore shield, so that might give you a clue. Okay, if you have little HP, a lot of shield, you will die instantly. But I digress, we'll go over all of that later. So I gotta continue here in this case. I only need to reach era 5 to reach MT9. We'll do that today and probably next episode. I can see MT10, I'm thinking museum. I'm gonna have to cover the museum. Once you are done revealing one element, a new tab opens up. Research. Okay, so let's I'm gonna go over each later. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so what we have here is got the 53 and the 549 blue gems. You can start a run with already divided HP and health in era. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I did not max it out yet. I mean, T15 is not maxed out. I have my reason, I'll explain when we get there. So that's the top, you can do that. At the bottom, this is the cost of disabling the special power of an element, okay? The hits taken and enemies destroyed, I'll let you read this, you can pause if you like, are currencies. So it costs me right now 1.6 QA to get 10 less XP. That's the cost, right? You reduce the cost. But I can use hit taken or enemies destroyed as a currency to insta-finish a level. It makes disabling those elements cheaper. Alright. At the top, you see the 53 and the 549 blue gems. You gotta do both. And it gets expensive fast in terms of blue gems especially. But here, see, the attack is divided by 4 and health is divided by 4. So when I start the run, now 16 and so on, when I start the run, instead of starting from the very beginning, I'm going to already have a head start. So it's going to be cheaper to reach the goal, which is damage over infinity, HP over infinity, which is 1E308. So you got to stay in waves until you reach over infinity, damage over infinity, HP over infinity. Then you use your software to go through era after that, and you'll be invincible, okay? The damage scaling is only in waves. So when you go back to, you're gonna rotate, era 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every time you're gonna go through all the waves and the damage will fluctuate, okay? I'll show you that. I just talked about a head start with the divider. Now here, this is the cost of reducing the power of era boost for damage and health. You reduce the cost through here, okay? It's 1 QA for the first thing. Now for this portion, you see on the right there's a bunch of muzzles, but I ran out of hits taken and enemies destroyed, and I have to wait half hour for like one level. So we'll cover that in a moment. Also, workers can do all of that automatically, so you don't have to do it by hand. Thank God. So let's go back in tower testing. And to be frank, I forgot where I went. So I decided to go region 1 forest because I need to, it's the easiest place, and I can do fire, earth, and nature. Oh, look at that. We managed to capture one of the mutated cubes and brought it to the museum for research purposes. Check out the artifact section after this run. So in the museum, we're going to cover the museum probably next episode. There's an artifact section. I'm forced to show, and I get an achievement too, so there's achievements in the museum too. I'm going to be forced to show you the museum. So when you get a new artifact, you gotta research it too, and I instantly finish it with the blue gem. So this gives me 300% XP cost research speed, ability to immediately finish the current XP research by using gems. So I might go back there. It's because it would take an eternity. That's to reduce the cost of XP for the boost in damage and health in era that I just showed you in experiment. Here, see? Now I can insta-finish a level with blue gems. Ugh, that's a good thing. Can you imagine waiting hours like this? It's very important to reduce the amount of XP that it costs you, because again, you want to reach 1 over infinity for both if you want to succeed in era. That's why maybe some people are stuck, not able to do era 1000. If you want to do era 1000, you need 1 over infinity on both before reaching era, and you need to turn off the right element, and that's something again I'm going to show you in a moment. I keep saying in a moment, but it's coming. Oh yeah, and this back and forth is not necessary. A worker can do it. We jump ahead a little bit, and if you look on the top left, it's a bit hard to read maybe with the AI script over. This is what will make me go to scientific notation, 15,000 XP and 17,000 XP to further reduce the damage and HP. Now I did say that you have to reach 1 over infinity and before entering era. I made a little mistake because of course I'm talking about tens of billions or billions of era and all. Early on in era, like I'm only in era 3, I'll survive here. If you look at the bottom, there is no I divided the HP and damage enough that there's no bonus anymore. But if I was to go super far, then a multiplier would appear like you saw early in the video where I zoomed in at the same place, okay? So for 15,000 or 17,000 XP, I can further divide these HP or damage. But it has no effect right now because there's no, I'm not far enough that there's a buff. Also, I recommend using an XP muzzle. It is part of, it's a yellow muzzle. It is part of the blueprint I provided you at the beginning of the video. I played some more and I'm ready to reveal all the elements from region 1 So fire, nature, and earth. What I'm most interested in is experiment. We'll talk about this a little further. That's why this clip exists, but I'm just showing me playing the game a little bit. I gotta do all the other elements, so I'll go in other regions. We'll do them all today, as I said. I continue to increase my head start. See, divided by 268 million for attack and health for the era enemies. And of course, I'm burning hits taken and enemy destroyed to insta finish, fire upgrades, and I'm gonna do the others, I think. Now I should keep some of those currencies for experiment, but all I have to do is runs again with restart, 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 restart. I can do that also. In fact, I will just farm. And here we are. I do have hits taken and enemy destroyed, so I can now upgrade the neutral side. If you look on the right, every time I do that, I have higher odds of getting certain muzzles. Eventually you can reach 100%. You can gamble, try to, you just gotta click on the question marks. You can wait for 100% chance. 78%, I got it, shield amplifier. So I'm gonna get every single muzzle there is here. Again, there is a wiki for muzzles. There's no way I have time to explain every muzzle what they are. I don't even know, to be frank. I know a lot of them, not all of them. So check the wiki for muzzles. Also, with the blueprint I provided you, if there's muzzles you don't have yet, just check the wiki to find out how to get them. You can even replace some of them, I suppose. I would say within reason, a fairly generic blueprint should bring you to era 1000, so long as you turn off the right abilities, the right special powers, element-based special powers that I'll show you in a moment. If you do that, and you have 1/infinity divider before entering era, no problem. Or before reaching higher level era, you're gonna have absolutely no problem whatsoever. Upon reaching era 5, I was ready to go MT9. No reason not to tear up, very important I do that. There's unspent element essence will provide a passive bonus damage in a workshop. I don't remember what that is. Well, oh yeah, I remember what that is. I'll show you that. New software. We'll see what that is. So MT9, what do I choose? So what do we have? Increase the base damage bonus per elemental essence in the workshop from 1% to 5% and greatly improve the research time and cost formulas. Did you understand that? Don't perks. Now use your current military tier times 2 when calculated the total bonus of a perk. So the way I understand it is just doubles the power of your perks. Your town perks pretty strong. Increase the tower testing XP drop rate by your town resource drop rate by the power 0.05. I'm already using XP muzzle, so I'm certainly not going to go with this. My memory failed me. I'm going to go with the first one because I'm about to show you that from 1% to 5% is very strong. You know what I mean? It's in the experiment portion. Wow, I'm mumbling. MT10, this is where you need era 1000, but I talked about it early because a bunch of people told me I have problem, as I said. My next episode we'll reach tier 10, we'll reach era 1000, but I will already have talked about it, so this will be able to look at the museum. So wave compression reduce the amount of spawn ticks per wave by 50% and increase the destroy enemy counter of wave momentum exponentially by 0.4% every time an enemy is being destroyed. Just makes things faster. Okay, I'm not sure I understand the wording, but skips to the next era every 10 times the wave counter change. Ah, so now you get eras faster because you need to reach 1000. You gain a free era every 10 times you skip a wave, but that's going to be next episode. We skip ahead where I did a bunch of runs and I'm ready to reveal everything. So I'm going to tell you which ones are the most important. I'll let you read on your own. I'll tell you which ones are the most important to turn off. The ones that will get you killed. So fire, if you have low health and a big shield, ignore shield will kill you. So you got to turn that off as fast as possible. I wouldn't worry too much about this. Slows the tower by 250%, not too bad. Nature can be annoying if your DPS is too low. Mobs simply won't die. But if you have a lot of damage, you'll be fine for quite a while. This one is just a stun, a bit annoying. This one, the reflect, can hurt you quite a bit if you are a glass cannon, or maybe in very late game when you do tremendous damage, it can get you killed. The key is really to test your blueprint to see which elements kill you, then adjust. This one is a percentage of your health, of your current health, so you can wait a little bit before turning it off. You can turn 2 off relatively quick and then a third one off later on. And this one, most of the time will get you killed unless maybe if you use this spell, but I don't use that, so I always turn off electricity. It does kill me all the time. I never had any problem with universal. Once you remove the cost, the XP cost, enough for each element, you'll be able to turn off 2 right away, or almost right away, very quickly, and then a third one later. The 2 first one, again, probably light. If you use the shield, probably fire, but test it out, experiment, see what kills you. Darkness is inevitable, but there's not that much of a rush. It could be your third element that you turn off, especially the advanced regions, because you only die once you reach 1 over infinity, which takes a while, okay? Now what I'm showing here, of course, you're watching the footage here, you see the 5% earth damage. So every level I get 5% for each of the elements. You have a worker assigned to this. You let it run, it will automatically spend resources and hits taken, enemies destroyed as much as it can until you run out. So you don't have to do all the clicking around, which was a nightmare before. I don't know if it was an addition or not, but I used to do it by hand and I even gave up in my original save file. Maybe it was my mistake or it did not exist, that worker capability. Let's travel in the future again, MT15, ignore whatever is out of place. I'm going to show you how this works only for era. Chaos is the worst place because all elements are there. So when I was talking about disabling certain enemies, you click on them like this. Usually you have 2. So I disable fire because I'm using shield. If you look at the bottom, you can see how much shield I have. I disable the light because I'm going to get killed. I don't have this spell or anything that protects me from it. Insta-death. And now what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to reach 1 over infinity. And you notice at the top that the wave, I'm not in era yet. I'm gonna go in era only when I'm done going 1 over infinity. But you can experiment. You don't have to be that high. See how long you survive. I'm just gonna turn off era horizon, which gives so many eras. Ignore that. I don't even know if it exists yet at your point. Ignore that. And the third one will be darkness because it's a divider on my health, but for some reason my health was not going down. I don't know why. I must have a muzzle somewhere that protects me. I don't have a clue. I will have to look at my current build. But now you do critical wave jump because you're ready to go into era. Now of course you're not going to reach high numbers like this right away, but I'm just showing you how to disable stuff. And now I would go with darkness normally, maybe electricity if it seems like, again, I don't get hit by this for some reason. So I would go probably electricity maybe, but I don't do that much damage either. So maybe even earth, because I don't want to get stunned or something like this, you know. That's how it works. Back into the present, and as you can see, you can, in idle mode, you can farm for hits or kills for any element that you like. I don't use it, but you could if you like. You can accumulate up to 168 hours and do whatever you like with it. And the more things you are upgrading, of course, the more spread out it is, as you probably already know. And I think that's about it. So I had to go in my current save file MT15. I hate doing that. I don't have a choice. I did not have any footage that shows how era works within a run itself. And right now I'm just showing the blueprint that I had to reach era 5. But anything generic should do fine. So if you have any question, you let me know in the comments, of course. Next episode should be museum and era, not era, but MT10, and we'll reach era 1000. Anything that was not addressed that I forgot to cover or any mistake that I made will be corrected in the next episode. Again, I keep repeating this, but seriously, thank you, by the way. Thank you, Alvar, of course. Alvar helped me once again. It's so hard to explain these things. So I hope this helped. And if there's any issues, you know, just let me know and I'll issue corrections. I never explain things in so many details. in the other series, the original series. I'm going much further than I used to, and it's not that easy to explain, as I said. But again, if you have trouble with disabling the powers, it doesn't work. Again, try it out. Find out what element kill you, why, and it depends on your blueprint. And don't forget to look at the pinned comment. I'm giving you a blueprint that works in the tens of millions of eras, so it will work for era 1000. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to support this channel, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss future videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time.